Most snakes survive by staying out of sight, but the black mamba plays by different rules. This serpent is fiercely protective of its territory. Across the African savanna, its reputation alone is enough to make animals think twice. In short bursts, it can glide across the ground at nearly 12 miles per hour, quick enough to control the encounter rather than disappear into the grass. So when a wandering lion suddenly crosses paths with a black mamba, the calm of the savanna turns into instant tension. In that moment, a single careless move can shift the entire outcome. The lion's massive size doesn't always scare the mamba away. Instead, the snake may rise up, advance boldly, and keep pushing the intruder back step by step. Inside its dark mouth lies a powerful venom, packed with toxins that rapidly interfere with nerves and muscle control. If the venom takes hold, even the king of the savanna can begin to lose balance and strength. With heavy exposure to the neurotoxin, the effects can escalate in shockingly little time, sometimes within about 20 minutes. Out here, survival isn't just about power. Often, it's about recognizing danger before it's too late. The wild follows a simple rule. Read the warning signs, respect the distance, and know when to retreat. Sometimes the wisest victory is walking away. Out in the wild, predators rarely show fear. Their confidence is usually written all over their faces. But today, even the legendary black mamba realizes it has crossed paths with a nightmare hunter, the towering secretary bird. In a heartbeat, the roles flip. The hunter suddenly becomes the hunted. Tension fills the air. The snake lifts its head high, not from pride, but from pure survival instinct. This moment isn't about dominance anymore. It's about staying alive. The secretary bird doesn't rely on venom. Instead, it fights with ruthless precision. Those long legs strike like hammers, delivering lightning-fast stomps that can crush even the most dangerous snakes before finishing the job with its sharp beak. Watch the bird spread its wings wide, not to take flight but to send a clear warning. The mamba rises higher, trying to look fearless, hoping the bluff might buy it a second chance. Then suddenly, the snake takes its shot, a quick, desperate dash for freedom. But the bird was ready. In a flash, it lunges forward, one crushing kick, then another. The mamba writhes violently, and then everything goes still. Silence returns to the wild, and the victor calmly claims its hard-fought meal. Deep inside Asia's warm, misty forests, two legendary rivals still meet from time to time, the king cobra and the mongoose. The moment their paths cross, the air seems to tighten with tension. Towering above the forest floor, the king cobra, Earth's longest venomous snake, stretching close to 18 feet, lifts its body high like a living watchtower, poised to strike at any second. Opposite it stands a very different fighter, small, low to the ground, but intensely focused. The mongoose, muscles coiled and ready to pivot in a heartbeat. As the gap shrinks between them, the cobra unleashes a rapid barrage of strikes, attempting to corner its quick-footed opponent. But the mongoose reacts with astonishing speed, reflexes measured in mere milliseconds, darting just beyond the fangs and snapping sideways to throw the cobra off balance. Sometimes the standoff explodes into a frantic pursuit, weaving through tangled roots and dry leaves across the forest floor. If the cobra fails to land a decisive blow, the effort begins to drain its strength, each raised hood costing precious energy. And when that rhythm falters, the mongoose senses the moment, edging closer, applying pressure until the serpent is forced to retreat. Yet in the wild, the king cobra's aggression isn't limited to other species. When prey becomes scarce, competition can turn fierce, even among its own kind. At times, that rivalry can involve young cobras that have only recently ventured out on their own. It's a survival strategy meant to conserve energy and secure territory, but it can also spark dangerous confrontations in the jungle. Deep in the wetlands of Florida, a silent contest for dominance is playing out. An enormous outsider, the Burmese python, can weigh close to 200 pounds and stretch nearly 20 feet, quietly rewriting the rules of survival across the Everglades. At this size, it's far more than just another reptile in the swamp. It's a relentless feeding powerhouse with very few rivals capable of matching its strength. Younger American alligators sometimes make one critical mistake, misjudging the crushing force hidden inside those tightening coils. The instant contact is made, the python's muscular body contracts with incredible pressure, quickly overpowering even the famous bite of Florida's most iconic predator. In this battle between two wetland titans, the visitor from Southeast Asia can slowly force the native heavyweight into a dangerous disadvantage. And with well over 100,000 believed to be spreading through the region, their growing numbers are sounding a serious warning. Each time those coils tighten around a victim, the python isn't just overpowering one animal, it's gripping tighter around the delicate balance of an entire ecosystem. A stark reminder of what can happen when an invasive predator rises to the top of the food chain. Down on the open ground, the Roadrunner plays a far riskier game, trusting nothing but pure speed to stay alive. In fractions of a second, it twists and darts in unpredictable zigzags, its lightning reflexes turning the snake's deadly strike into empty air. Suddenly, the quiet savanna transforms into a high-stakes race, where timing and nerve decide who walks away. Out here, every creature carries its own secret weapon for survival. Some rely on warning displays, others on razor-sharp eyesight, and some on blistering speed that pushes the limits. Because in the wild's most dangerous encounters, survival is never promised. A sharp, rapid rattle cuts through the quiet savanna air, like a ticking clock counting down. The rattlesnake has switched on its warning signal. Until now, it blended perfectly with the dusty ground, nearly invisible, motionless, patient, waiting for the exact instant to explode into action. In the snake's world, survival isn't hesitation. It's a split-second decision. Then a red-tailed hawk sweeps down from the sky, and suddenly a precise and deadly duel begins. The snake refuses to retreat. Coiled tight, it guards its space, firing rapid strikes again and again to keep the hunter just out of reach. What unfolds now is a battle of pure reflex and timing. The hawk weaves through the snapping strikes with expert control, circling and waiting for the smallest mistake, because when the opening appears, its talons will end the encounter in seconds. In the wild, eagles are famous for ruling the skies, especially when it comes to hunting snakes. But high above the ground, the roles of predator and prey can switch in a heartbeat with just one wrong move. The aerial hunter slips up the moment its talons fail to lock in with a firm grip. Suspended in open air, the snake bends its body with incredible flexibility, twisting almost completely around and curling upward. As both animals plunge downward, the serpent lashes back in a desperate mid-air defense against the bird clutching it. The strike may leave little visible damage, but the venom begins its silent work, interfering with the hunter's control. As weakness spreads, the eagle's steady flight falters, and the chase suddenly turns against it. Up in the open sky, victory isn't always about strength. It belongs to the creature that refuses to give up until the very last moment. Along the dim edges of the forest, where rocks warm under the sun and shadows stretch through dry grass, the leopard drifts forward almost like a moving shadow. Every step is deliberate, quiet, controlled, always leaving a path to slip away if needed. Yet when snakes are involved, brute strength suddenly means far less. What keeps the leopard alive here is patience. The instant a faint, rope-like ripple moves through the grass, the cat refuses to charge blindly. Instead, it widens its circle, lowers its body close to the ground, and stretches a paw forward carefully, gauging the unseen danger. A single careless move could turn simple curiosity into a painful mistake, so the leopard shifts to a smarter strategy. It applies quiet pressure, forcing whatever hides in the grass to show itself. And the moment a warning flicker appears, the cat withdraws without hesitation. Many of these meetings end peacefully, with nothing more than a cautious step backward, because the leopard knows losing its agility is a price too high for any meal. That survival instinct is what carries it through the harshest seasons. For a solitary hunter, real mastery isn't reckless bravery, it's knowing when to walk away and continue ruling the wilderness in silence.